Hey everyone. We are going to be talking about a new concept. Yes, I'm in my glasses. Sorry, there's a glare off of them, but I'm doing this video tonight after I've taken my contacts out. Okay, we're going to start a new concept this week in math. Before I get started on our exploration here, make sure that you have filled out the Google form in my Google Classroom for attendance that they're taking for school. Okay. You only have to do that one time per day, but you'll do that today, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week. Okay. We're going to be talking about surface area. We have already talked about finding area of shapes, which would be like a flat um, part, like a square or rectangle, triangle. We've also found volume. So if I have my Cliff Bar box here, we would see how much space that took up. We're going to be talking about surface area over the next 3 days. Okay. Surface area would be if I have my Cliff Bar box here, and I don't want to take up how much space it takes up, but I want to see how much room the box covers. So if I split my box apart and I had to find out each of my sides, how much surface area it took up. So it does have a purpose for us to be able to know how to find surface area. Okay, so I'm going to focus on my screen here. I have an example of a rectangular prism. It is 8 inches by 11 inches by 3 inches. Okay, here is the net of this rectangular prism if it was unfolded, kind of like how I unfolded the Cliff Bar box. Okay, and it has each of my different sides. If I were to label each of these, this 3 inches is going to be the distance of all of my really short sides. So if I have 3 inches, I would add that to each part. That's what I should do if I unfold this to be able to find all of my dimensions. My next one I have is this medium, my length, which is 8 inches. So I would label all of those parts as 8 inches. Every time there's a line, I'm going to label it. Okay, so now I have all of my lengths measured and labeled for 8. Now I have my 11 inches, and I'm going to label that on each of my parts with a line as well. Okay, now I have all of my sides labeled. I go down and I am going to take the area of each of those sides. So I'm going to zoom out. Okay, so I'm going to have to find the length of each of my sides. So my side A here, A is this rectangle down here. Well, I notice it's 3 by 8. So I'm going to have 3 times 8, which is equals 24. And I'm going to do that. So I'm going to multiply on these parts. And I'm going to do that for each of my sides. So my next one, I'm going to have this side B. So I have to come up here and find, oh, here's my rectangle for B. So those sides are 8 times 11. Okay, so I found area of side B, which was 8. That is a times 11, which is 88. Now I'm going to find the area of side C. Side C, I have 3 as my length and 11. So again, 3 times 11 is 33. Okay, now for side D, I'm going to switch up my colors here just so I'm not messing up. D is a little higher, but that again is, oh, I forgot to label this little short side. That's a 3. Should be 8 times 3. So again, so I have 8 times 3, which equals 24. Now I find the area of side E, which is my bigger shape here, which is 8 times 11. Okay, so 8 times 11 is 88. My final side here is area of side F. F is 3 times 11, and 3 times 11 is 33. If you notice, now all of my numbers, I have a 3 times 8, which is 24. I have an 8, and I also have another 8 times 3, which is 24. I have an 8 times 11, which is 88. And I have another 8 times 11, which is 88. And I have a 3 times 11, which is 33. And I have a 3 times 11, which is 33. I have 2 of each of my sides because when I unfold my rectangular prism, I will have 2 of each of those. To find the total surface area. All of the numbers that I circled, I have to add, and I will get a final answer here, okay? So I have to add all of the sides that I have here, and I'm going to feel free to take advantage of using a calculator. So after I've used my calculator, I got an answer as 290 inches. But if this is area, we remember that when we have area, we square area. So my answer here is going to be 290 inches squared as my total surface area of this rectangular prism as I spread it out. Okay, now it is your turn. I have a new rectangular prism here with my dimensions of 5 inches as my length, 8 inches as my height, and 2 inches as my width. I have it unfolded here, okay? So you need to grab a piece of paper, and I want you to kind of draw out, sketch out this net. And as I did earlier, I want you to label each of the sides. So if I were to start, I have 8 inches for this one side. This is my length. I would write 8 for all the different parts because you're going to be finding the different areas of each of these sides. Okay, so go ahead and pause my video so that you draw out this shape and that you label each of the sides of where it would go, 2 inches, where it would go for each part, okay? So now, tell me what the area of side A is. Okay, now the area of side B. Now, what is the area of side C? Now, give me the area of side D. And now the area of side E. And finally, the area of side F. Now, make sure if you missed any of these areas, you wrote down the correct answers for the area because now you are going to add each of the distances that you got for each of these areas. You are going to add those final answers, add them all up to give a final total surface area. Okay, and make sure that the answer is in inches squared. I may try to trick you and not have it as an area squarea. So let's get this last one correct. Thank you guys for working so hard. If you don't score well on this, please make sure you email me, contact me, and you can redo this video. Okay, give me the total surface area.